Hello, and welcome to Love Shore. Cholet. Shala! I will be this dude. Welcome to Love Shore. Love Shore is an interactive visual novel and stating sim. Play as either Sam or Farah and follow their unique stories and 8 possible routes as they navigate the sleepless city of Love Shore. Each route has 4 possible plotlines depending on your choice and who you interact with. Sam and Farah have their own unique base stats and will help or make it harder for you to get certain scenes and interactions. There is also an overlying approval rating. Watch it rise and fall based on your choices. Everything matters, everything matters, everything matters. So make the most of it. Be ready to find new, unique ways of engaging with the story. While Small Love Shores has dating sim features, but does not require you to partake in the explicit sexual content or romantic scenes if the player chooses not to. You will also be given the option prior to the scene and can opt out without it affecting the major storyline and route choices. Play Love Shore the way you want to. Love Shore has common visual novel mechanics. Click enter or space or the arrow in the dialogue box to advance the story. The play and fast forward button are under the dialogue box and can help speed. Do I really need to know that? You can see that when it comes up. The option opens up the menu to allow some customization of gameplay. Quick saves let you save where they really just... They're coming out for newcomers in case you never played a visual novel or any game at all. Unless you open the last sale. Love Shore is still in development and this is a demo. So all features are subject to change for improvements. Last but not least, Love Shore is a mature game and contains the following content warnings. If the author, choose to show it. If you accept, click through to the game. Content warning. Sexual content, depictions of violence, bloody horror, blood, gore, explicit language, substance, alcohol, drug abuse, kidnapping, character death and murder, past and present abuse, mental and physical self-harm in the form of reckless endangerment, weapons such as guns and baseball bats. Oh no! A baseball bat! Get it away from me! But the rest... I thought we were in for a nice romance. A nice romantic shore of love. Boy, am I wrong. Chapter 4. Channel 4. Fertility crisis on the rise. Yeah. Despite its looming sense of confidence, its bright neon lights, and considerable tourism, what is this? The packed city would ill-equipped to deal with the Parabla event, with an infertility scare that plagued its citizens. Love Shore faced the biggest crisis of its time. Thankfully, or maybe it was a cruel hand dealt by one of the many gods residing in the city walls, Life-S arrived. With the promise of creating life and keeping it alive. Life-S took organic bodies into inorganic ones. Breathing life through machines and wires, it saved my family, I suppose. Gave them the son they want. Are we watching a news program? Is this... Well, the first trial run of one. Life-S saved 100 lives in Love Shore, made 100 S-humans who represented a new wave of advancement in the city. And yes, when the Parabla event had passed, the company had failed, vanishing into obscurity. End of an era. The fall of Life-S. Well, that was quick. Life-S end was the start of my everything. This is a weird thing for a news guy to say. Going to prison in Love Shore fucking sucks. Hey, we're the one on the right. Mind the way? Yeah. Yeah. I know, I'm considerate. You're welcome. There you go. Am I in the way of the text now? I am. Wow. I'm still here. I don't know where to put my screen. Put it right here. Is this good? You love it. Love it. Over here looks like a nice spot. Make just that bit there. Yeah, perfect. Load. To your back. Come back, options. I don't know what they said. I sat there, nothing but my thoughts and the vague world around me as company for 2 years. It's trying to put on a serious tone. I'm laughing at it. And to be quite honest, yes, Sam. It throws me out. I have to click on everything. I'm over it. What's the swearing, dude? You got issues? Got issues, bro? You know, swearing's not always the option for things. You can say other things, like just my flabbergasting over it. I'm flabby-doo. Light flitters in my apartment, brightening the messy place, and finally pushing me to wakefulness. From how high the sun seems to be in the sky and how warm it makes my face feel, I can tell it's already the afternoon, which means I have to be at work in a few hours. Which means, again, I have to actually get up. Which means, again, swear, dude, man, are you not skilled enough to come up with anything else other than fuck? Like, far out, my head is on fire. Fair income, I feel like I didn't get any sleep at all. For the love of, my head falls back against the wall, bumping it lightly. I don't know any other F. It feels good against my skin. I don't want to move. And my shift starts when Love Shore flips the switch on. Love Shore is what is Love Shore exactly? Maybe I can catch a couple more hours of sleep. Maybe I should get to work. It's been 2 weeks since I got out. 2 weeks that seems to vanish in a blink of an eye. I feel as if I was just in prison a day ago, waiting and waiting. Get a job in 2 weeks? Wow, it's pretty cool. This is really futuristic stuff. 2 weeks is out. 2 years locked in. There was nothing to do but stare at Farah. I feel as if I've known her all my life, and yet she's a complete stranger to me. Why were we locked staring? Silent conversations with unmoving lips. 2 years worth of unspoken truths. Despite us being neighbours and despite hearing her come back last night, I still can't find it in myself to talk to her. I'm scared. I feel as if I went down to see her, as she'd see right through me. She's seen me at my weakest, bare and vulnerable, and I've seen her at hers. I wonder what she thinks of me. Someone is knocking aggressively. It rattles the door against its hinges. Sam! Open up! I know you're in there. Just let me put on some pants. Sam, don't be a shit. Don't be a shimmering light of doubtfulness. It's Vivian! Open up the door. Oh, Viv. Shit. Now, fairly. I'm coming! Stop screaming. YOLO the neighbors. I quickly get dressed and stumble forward, hopping over discarded tech and making my way to the door. It takes me a couple of seconds to unlock the 3 bolts and ease it open. I peek outside, checking that Viv is alone, before pulling the door back completely. Vivi! Finally, you deadbeat. Viv is a young woman with a glare that could kill. Before my untimely arrest and set hibernation, Viv acted as my designated driver for work. What is work? Back when I used to run around in the dark with the metal bat. Careful, there's that bear I mentioned. Was it a baseball bat or was it just metal bat? And a message from Inanna that said, "You owe me." Viv doesn't do that anymore. Not since I got locked away. Now she has her own shop, selling refurbished cars. She's good with cars, great with them even. We used to spend nights in those cars together, skulking outside some poor sap's apartment until I had to do my thing. It's weird, but spending those 2 years in hibernation made me realize she's probably my closest and only friend. I'll never tell her though. Screw that. French fry that. Deep fry that. The fairy are you doing here? I'm gonna stop with that now. That's how you greet an old friend. You've been out for 2 weeks and not even as much as a peep from my favorite delivery man. Why? Need something from me? You know, I'd give you a discount. Sam, I've been busy. I know. Getting your life back together or whatever. Is it true? Viv finally hands me the coffee she's been letting cool in her grip. I take a sip and frown. It's black. Nasty. Is it true? Also, this is fucking gross. I see hard time didn't grow you up, Annie. Ha! Aziz told me you quit for good. You're not coming back to Inanna's. He said you got a new number and everything. Are you leaving the business? Viv, I left the moment I got arrested. There's no place for me there anymore, and Inanna doesn't like the record. I didn't think they'd show that I owe that in. Throw out an S-human. Didn't think they'd throw out an S-human. S-human. You'd be surprised how many people do. Viv stumbles over her words, shooting me a pitiful look that has my lips curling back in a sneer. Viv. She sighs, her shoulders sagging a little before schooling her expression through one of the difference. I know that look. This is definitely coming back. Alright. I won't pry. But if you are out for good, I'm going to have to ask you for a favor. That's unlucky. It's the business, alright? The business is fine. In fact, I've got some babes that might have your name on them. They're as sexy as they can get. With what money? I don't exactly have a pension. Time to start saving, sugar. She always called me that. I'm 3 decades older than her. 3 decades. Viv. I need you for one last job. You know, I'm out. I'm gone. Had it. Don't know what it is. I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not. Maybe. You know, I don't do that anymore. I know. But you're all I have that could. I need your help. Just this dark look in her eye. Cold with hard. As if she's planning on being more than just the driver in this job. As if she's planning to grab a bat of her own and take a swing. Worried to ask at who. Alright. I'll try to beat around. Did my choice even matter? Wonderful. I'll check on you later, Dollface. That nickname has a darker nation applied to me, arsehole. She makes her way out of the apartment, sure to laugh extra hard at my comment. When she reaches the door, she shoots me one more look over her shoulder. It's playful and I've decided for second time during this conversation that I've missed her. Don't be a stranger, dear. I couldn't even if I tried. Sigh. I close the door gently behind her. Viv always seems to balance me when I see her. I head back into her room, searching for my jacket and idling taking sips of the coffee. It's so nasty that I end up dumping it in the sink, cup included. I'll deal with it later, maybe. I can't get her expression out of my head. If Viv went out of her way to come out to the outskirts of town and up to the 5 flights of stairs to my shitty place, I mean something serious. I'd pray for her vengeance, except I've met the gods and they don't deserve the attention. I find my jacket thrown haphazardly under my bed and shrug it on. I snag my keys and some smokes, headed towards the door and passing by a mirror. I catch myself, a young man in his mid-20s, looking as dead as I feel. I've been staring at the same reflection for nearly 30 years. I flip myself off and make a brisk exit, looking up. Ta-da. That's the perk, if you even want to call it that. The perk of being an S-human trapped in time until someone finally gives. And even then, you can repair. It doesn't even matter. When I die, my body won't even decompose. It'll be scrapped, made into shiny decals for collectibles like Vivian, probably. The cool breeze in the afternoon snaps me out of my spiraling thoughts, and I look up to admire Love Shore despite all its flaws. Hey, Love Shore. How you going, dude? Love Shore is the typical big city that never sleeps. After the event and overpopulation hits an all-time high, Love Shore shit government decides that functioning on a 24-hour cycle will curb the poverty. Now landlords were shining two leases, one for the homey day store and the other for the nighttime strip club. It made Love Shore a shining star in the world of capitalism. And just as any system, it is ripe for breeding corruption, which makes it great for work. Well, my old work. I walk down a busy street, sipping my jacket and keeping my head low. There's too many people around, and it's flying my nerves with agitation. I already missed my bed. I reached the bakery without much trouble. I displaced my recent employer come nightfall. There's a sickening sweet smell of fresh bread and hot coffee. Ugh, that mingle with the scent of oncoming rain. I grab one of the few available tables outside, quickly ordering a cup of coffee and pulling out all the sugar packets from the container. When a drink comes, I proceed to systematically dump every packet inside. Once I'm satisfied, I take a sip, putting out a cigarette pack and tapping it against the table. One pops out neatly. I bring it to my lips and realize I forgot a lighter. Fuck me. Been there. Done that. Shit. Suddenly, a warm hand wraps around my neck, thumb pressing against my chin to tilt my head back. A lighter appears with one other hand, and as he holds me still, Aziz lights my smoke. I'm not gay. That ain't me. I'm just comfortable with that. Fucking Aziz. Hey! Long time no see, Semi. Missing me? What are you doing here? I know I've been telling everyone I'm out. That, at the very least, means I don't have to look at your ugly face. Hey! I know you left. It doesn't mean I can't check up on my favorite repo. I work in customer service now. Is that any different? Fuck off. Aziz is watching me carefully, trying to rile me up. He always been like that, but back when we were close. Now looking at his face for too long makes me sick. Look, I know it didn't part in the best of terms. This fucking bastard. You got me locked up! Dot, dot, dot. What? No retort? It means I'm done playing with you. You're just going to ignore me? Look, it wasn't my fault, alright? And I'm sure it was an easy time in prison being an S-human and all. Easy. S-human, S-human. That's what I am. See, when the city had a fertility scare, instead of looking at it as a blessing in disguise, the masses were rushing for a cure. People were desperate. It's ironic how being an S-human was once something to marvel over, and now it's just another part of tourism here. Life has promised a chance to have your own child, just not organically. They took the genetic makeup of your future offspring, glue a brain and a body and call it a person, which is what I am. Let it go home with you and learn with you, but it would never grow with you. Instead, you had to go to Life S on a strict schedule, update the body, keep your child looking alright. So just like robots, you get the things in a box package, you know the box packet, you remember robots, right? You remember. Like all good things do, the event came to an end. It became ridiculously expensive to unkeep scrappable bodies, especially when you could birth a whole new real boy. So folks stopped updating the heaps of metal kids. Life S eventually went bankrupt, and my parents got the chance to have a son that would feel warm when they hugged him. I think being an S-human made it worse. I seem to have touched a nerve. I guess things haven't changed. What do you want? You could come back, and Anna would take you back in. She's always had a soft spot for you. I told myself, I'm done. I had 2 years to think about it. 2 years. I can't tell what Aziz is thinking. I could never tell. Back then, and even now. Maybe that's what makes me feel so uneasy around him. Aziz looks like he's going to reach out, but his hand stopped just short of my shoulder before dropping to his side. He gives me a smile. I get the feeling I'll be seeing you again soon. I'd rather you didn't. Aziz takes a step back, still smiling, before turning on his heel with a wave and vanishing into the crowd. He's gone in a moment of a blink. I'm alone with my thoughts. His light is still on the table. Thanks, bud. And I pack a smokes until nightfall. Dusk arrives with no introduction. Like an abrupt flick of a switch, the city responds to it like a lost lover, and it comes alive. The bakery in front of me closes up, the owner giving me a curt nod before shuffling off. The colours explode all around, streets illuminating and crisscrossing fairy lights and bright neon signs. The road clears for fast cars, and the noise shifts from excited tourists to an overture of heavy bass and permeates everything. I stand up, chucking the cigarette from my lips, and extinguish it with a stomp of my foot. I turn around and unlock the bakery. I make my way to the back, throwing my jacket on a chair before reaching the switch in the storage room and flipping it on. No matter how many times I do this, I'm still mildly impressed. What am I impressed at? Ooh, wow. Well, that's right. Normal things by day, strip clubs by night. Am I still in a shady, sort of legal business? Sandy's Bakery shifts becoming for your pleasures when the moon rises. Ha-ha's correct. An adult video shop. Well, that's legal. The only legal job that would take on a human with a record. If only because the night shift wouldn't wear me out. And I would probably survive a robbery. Probably. I make quick work of changing my shirt to the shitty one provided by the store. A white tee, with the front of it bearing "Here for your viewing" in ugly block letters. I've long since accepted my fate and taken my place behind the counter. If I die in this shirt, it's well deserved. I barely have to register, set up, and have booted a copy of some shitty movie on the screen in front of me when the bell chimes. I don't look up. Welcome to For Your Pleasures. We're an adult video shop, so if you want the real thing, I suggest heading 4 doors down. Sam! I know that voice. I slowly look up and catch the disgruntled expression on Conrad's face. He seems tired and his knuckles are bandaged up badly. Looks like he's finally climbed the ranks with Megahorn. He's got the same pained look in his eyes too. You know, you're the third person I've ran into today. I've been out for 2 weeks. It's a little late to start this shit. I'm not here by choice. I'm here as a warning. And Anna has you by the balls, huh? Get the fuck out, Conrad. I don't know this guy. And Anna has you running errands now too. Glorified poster boy. You're as arrogant as ever. I've earned the right. You should have rotted in that cell. Look, I get it. They hauled me off. You gotta pay your eyes, and now you're the new delivery boy. I got the message. Mission accomplished. Watch your back, Sam. Sure thing, old man. Conrad's mouth twitches, and I know some remarks about our ages crosses his mind, but he holds his tongue. If there's one thing about him I respect, it's his patience. Conrad doesn't say another word, shoves his bleeding knuckles deep into his pockets of his coat before exiting the shop. For such a tall man, his back looked awfully small. The night continues relatively smoothly. A couple of college assholes come in to fuck with the merchandise and laugh with each other. Another guy stumbles in asking me if any real ladies were hidden out back, and I had to direct him to the store policy that threatened physical violence against any unlawful behavior. I spend my downtime idly flipping through old movies the owner keeps hidden under the register. I figured out the lock within an hour of the first night of my employment. I'm halfway through the bullshit called the Terminator when... Bullshit. Excuse you. I hear a loud clash in the back, near the storage room. It startles me, causes me to jump out of my seat and send me some of the hologram women hovering on the desk tumbling over the floor. Towards the floor. What? Eh? The back door should have been locked. What the fuck? Carefully, I move away from the front desk and lock the entrance. I make my way to the storage room, sure to keep quiet until I reach the metal door leading to the back shelves. It's ajar, having opened from the impact of whatever the fuck happened. Taking a deep breath, I shove the door open and push my way inside the room. Hey there! What's up? The holodecks are all over the place, god damn it. Having been thrown around when the shelves gave way. The back door is wide open, the rain slowly spilling into the room. And there, at the middle of this disarray, is a man on the floor, bleeding. Holy shit! I think there's a dead guy here. Holy shit! I can't go back to prison already. Holy fucking shit. He's breathing. I catch briefly the slight rise in forward of his chest. I run up to him, and sure enough, he's alive. I check his pulse, and although it's faint, it's throbbing in his veins, like the silent hum of machines. Okay. There's a near dead guy in the shop. I gotta call the cops. Shit, no. I'm on probation. They won't believe me. Fuck. This will send me right back. Fuck. I reach out and give the man a shake. Help. Help? How? Hey, sir. Wake the fuck up. How am I supposed to help? Hey, asshole. I keep shaking him, but his head tilts to the side, completely out of it. My shift is almost over and I have to close up shop. But I can't leave him. That's a sure way to end up in custody. I need to help him out of here. I glance back at the door. It's raining harder now. I could drag him home. Fuck. But that's a sure way of getting into trouble. Although, I do know the streets like the back of my hand. I take one more look at the unconscious man near my lap. Fuck. I might have to call someone. Interesting now. Interesting. I mean, I guess I can't call the cops. Not available in demo. Not available in demo. Fella! Fuck, I guess it's time to face my fucking fears. Farah has a military background, right? That might mean something. She'd know what to do. Me or them? That is them. Who is it? It's me. It's me. It's me. Sam, from before. How did you get this number? I need your help. Please. I ain't begging, but whenever I glance down at the man's ragged breathing, I feel anxious. Fine, but you'll owe me. I needed a favor anyway. Of course. Fine, whatever. Meet you for your viewing as quick as you can. The pawn shop? Yes. Be right there. There arrives right over. It's strange to see her in civilian clothing, but I don't have time to dwell on it. Together we hoist up the mysterious man, careful with his wounds. We decide to take him to my place, hopefully figure out a better plan then. We manage to plop him on the bed. I immediately go to check his wound, but I'm stopped by Farah, who grabs my wrist. I need a favor. I know. What do you want? Farah regards me carefully, as if she's thinking of how to word her request. Her figure is imposing compared to mine, taller and broader. I keep trying to avoid her eyes, but it seems she's doing the same. Manny's missing. The S-human specialist? Farah nods. She looks unsure of herself. She left me a message. It's cryptic and I'm not sure what she wants, but I need help from someone from the inside. I'm not... The look Farah gives me stops me in my tracks. She looks nervous and hopeful, and it reminds me of the look Viv gave me earlier. Fuck. I left the underground. I don't want to get involved. I'll keep you informed. I left the underground. I left Farah. I can't go back into that fucking mess. What do you mean you can't? Don't fuck with me, Sam. Oh, sorry. Don't fuck with me, Sam. I know there's someone you can ask. Same to you, though. You know damn well I don't want to involve civilians. You mean people who can get hurt, right? Not like us, right? This isn't the military, Farah. You don't order me around. Farah takes a step back, visibly angry. Eventually, she schools her expression. Just keep an ear out, okay? I will. Farah doesn't say another word, making a swift exit from my place and slamming the door behind her. The apartment falls quiet except for the ragged breathing of the strange man. I realize I never checked his wound and panic sets in me as I rush to do so. It's a bit of a hassle, but I manage to remove his shirt, checking for his wounds on his chest. Except I don't find one. What the fuck is going on here? I slide down the side of the table, bending low to the cup of the head. Got my head. What is happening with this man? I don't know what I expected. This is right up the alley for me, and all shitty luck I have. I'll never land. I'll never escape the loop. Fuck. I managed to fall asleep somehow, the rain against the window acting as a metronome to calm my nerves. I've been out 2 weeks squeaky clean, and I have to dodge all of Inanna's calls, and yet, here I am, with a near-dead stranger on my bed. Light spills into my apartment, shining directly onto my face and warming the skin there. My back aches, but I can't find it in myself to move. My body feels like dead weight. I eventually crack my eyes open and take a second for the light to filter through my gaze to focus. I stand up with a grunt. I'm about to make my way to the bathroom when I hear shuffling in the kitchen, just out of sight. What the... The shuffling continues. Low and out of my line of vision, I rack my brain and turn around to the empty bed. The strange man. Was he shot? How's he walking around? Shit. Did Inanna send him? A million thoughts crossed my mind. Was it being plotted against? Was this some elaborate way of killing me off? Why didn't they just send Conrad? Not that he couldn't do it anyway. Not that he could do anything. He's absolutely useless in an actual fight. Shit. How does this thing work? My attention snaps back to the kitchen. Bending low, I instinctively pick up the baseball bat on the floor. There's the baseball bat. Wrapping my fingers tightly onto the grip, I scan in front of me, picking up the signal of someone behind the counter. Here goes nothing. I push myself from the balls of my feet towards the burst through the kitchen bat at the ready. The sudden energy seems to scare the stranger as he immediately bolts upright to stare at me. He's wearing my shirt. How dare you wear my shirt? The fuck are you doing? I was trying to make coffee. Is that a bat? How are you walking around? Wait, were you going to beat me with that bat? Yes to bat. Yes to both questions. I'm still going to do it if you don't answer me. Wait for what? Is that my shirt? Yes. I think the coffee machine is going to explode. For some reason, that works. I peel my eyes away from him to look at the old machine, and although it's been in the threatening red, it looks in no way of being dangerous. It's just a coffee machine, it's fine. Oh shit. The man is smarter than I thought. The moment I look away, he barrels towards me, catching me off guard and tackling me to the ground. As we fall, his body on top of mine, he uses his opportunity to punch me. Smart. He could have negotiated with me unless he's actually going to get me. Immediately, pain blooms on his features as he pulls his fist back, wincing. Not smart. Shit. What are you made of? I didn't answer, using his reaction as my chance to turn the tides once again. I flipped the lid around, hearing the harsh crack of his head up against the floor before shoving the bat flat against his neck. The man immediately puts his hands on either side of his bat, trying to push it off his throat. He's clearly never come into contact with an S-human. The shocked look on his face as I overpowered him is reflection. What are you? His voice sounds tight and his struggling seems to have lessened. I don't let up. My question first, asshole. Also, is my shirt reversed? That's a coding error. This is a demo. Don't judge, dude. What? My bad. What? My name is Alyosha. And I really was trying to make coffee. And yeah, this is your shirt. I couldn't find mine. I narrow my eyes once more. In this chokehold, I get a better look at him. His glasses are skewed and his hair is everywhere. But he's rather handsome, which somehow annoys me further. Don't move. Alyosha nods, clearly distressed and finally understanding his situation. I read another scan on his face. Whoa, kid, your eyes are glowing. He really hasn't seen this few move. Nothing comes up for Alyosha or facial recognition in my database, which isn't impossible, but the chances are so slim. Are you a recent escapee? Are you also as human? The first thing I did when I got out of prison was update it. I ease up on the bat so I can breathe easier. So he can breathe easier. But I keep it close as the threat. There it is, I'm sitting on top of him, but shoved and embarrassed down quickly. Alyosha, right? Yeah? You're not from up shore, are you? Since you're up and walking, you better consider fucking off right now. Let me make you a coffee. Let me save. Quick save. Cool. I'm ending it there. Goodbye. If you want to see more, ask more. Otherwise, it's alright. There's a lot of swearing. It's like I couldn't think of anything else to put in. And if you couldn't tell, I'm not too big of a fan of swearing. I don't like it that much. I don't like using it. I'd rather come up with my own insults. As hard as that is sometimes. So, I don't know, interesting story. Obviously we had a criminal past. Stuck 2 years in containment staring at this girl. And now we're back and everyone wants us back into job. Everyone wants us to do stuff for them. And this guy just falls into my life. How dare he?